Hello friends, just doing the Instagram for the youths. Hello, welcome to my 11th Circle Presents Cricket Buzz Live. I'm Gaurav Kapoor. Very excited because we have India-Australia playing a one-day international. Now, of course, from those of you who know me, and nobody really knows me because I'm a fast-moving target emotionally and physically, you will know this about me, that there's two things I'm not really fond of. ODIs and bilateral series which are about ODIs. But I will disregard both of them because India and Australia are playing each other, and that is exciting in any format, no matter where it happens. And to share that excitement with me, if you know Cricket Buzz Live at all, you will know that the people with me are Mr. Ajay Jadeja and Mr. Zahir Khan, because we always do this. Hello, gentlemen.
Well, even though you don't enjoy ODIs like you just mentioned, I think
Yes.
this is the series which you will not regret watching.
This is the
I think,
one.
this is something which we all are looking forward to.
Yes.
You look at the balance of these two teams and you know that okay, there is going to be some serious competition.
Yeah.
These are one of the two top teams in the world at the moment, and when anytime they play against each other, there's always that bit of excitement. There is not a dull moment, so it'll be interesting to see because I'm excited about both the fast bowling units.
Yep.
Australia is bowling first now. India has got a great batting lineup. So it'll be interesting to see how that middle phase of the game also goes, because you might see some reverse swing as well. So
That'll be an interesting phase for sure.
yes. So get
I
excited.
also have Ajay Jadeja's come to English today. Hello, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Have
Good
you
morning.
changed the input chip?
There is no English chip in there. I wanted to change, but only Hindi chip. But I'll try and manage, try and. Because at
So
the
you
end
are.
of the day,
So you're royal. Sir.
Oh, sir,
royal background.
So,
course.
but it doesn't mean it's English chip. It's still Desi chip. It's Kathiawadi chip, deep down in there.
Kathiawadi chip. But I want to tell people that on Cricket Buzz Live in English, we have had 8 India-Australia ODIs, and all 8 times it has been the 3 of us that's been here.
See,
There's consistency in something at least. Huh? Teams, I don't know if there's consistency. Our team, there is always consistency. Very happy about it.
so when the best play, best talk about it.
Yeah, right. Slam! Mic drop.
when the best play, I get to sit with all the best who talk about it.
You know what's going to happen?
Otherwise, I'm stuck in Hindi.
I'll tell you what will happen right now. With the 2 comments that the 2 of you have done, the youth will take these and they will put the sunglasses and the thing on you.
Oh, yeah.
Thug life. Na. Because both these comments are pretty thug life.
Mao?
Both these teams are pretty thug life as well. I'm telling you, there's Virat Kohli in India playing in India. Very difficult to rattle them. But if there's somebody who has rattled India in India, it has been Australia. From 12 months ago, somehow 12 months ago, 10 months ago, you remember 3-2 is what Australia did to India when they came here. That wound would perhaps be fresh for Virat Kohli. He may not be showing it, right? But he knows it. It's there in his mind.
There's a count to settle. Yes.
Yes, there is one. Yeah. And he's a Delhi boy. I know we're Delhi boys. Badla. Revenge.
That's
You're a
in
Delhi boy.
UP,
Badle
not
ki
in
aag.
Delhi.
Badle ki aag.
There is going to be a fire in him, the North fire. Also, but that team didn't have 2 stalwarts, Ajay, that Australia is carrying with them today, which is Warner and Smith.
Yeah, if you look at just on paper or, with not just on paper, even on the ground, with Smith and Warner, this team is definitely stronger than the side that they came here last year. And if they manage to beat us then you got to, look at this side now totally differently. Whereas the bowling is also much better, like he said, it's a...
They've got full strength.
You heard the captain of Australia talk about it. Well, rarely do you have all your fast bowlers, whether it's India or Australia or England. When you have fast bowlers in your side, rarely do you have them all fit and raring to go.
Yeah.
So here you have a side which beat you at the last year, sorry, not beginning of this year, but last year. And they came from behind. Don't forget.
True.
They were 2-0 down and then they managed to beat us. So, and I've always believed with Australia, when you play against other teams in the world, there may be a day where you don't play as well as you can, but the opposition actually loses a game as well. They're not as good daily. Whereas with Australia, there's one thing for sure. You'll never win a game cruising in a game.
Yeah.
Even if they get out for 160, 180, then they'll have all the fielders up. They'll try and attack you. So the only way to beat Australia is you've got to beat them by attacking them. And unless you attack them, they're not going to get beaten. So it's a side that you have to go out there and beat.
That's a good point. Like in tennis, they say unforced errors. Australia is the kind of team, fair to say, Zach, that doesn't make too many unforced errors.
They push you. I mean, that's one way of them playing their cricket. So they always up for a fight, and even though situations and conditions are tough, they'll always look to put up a fight.
But that's India now.
they
This
will
this
not
new
go-
India ODI team is pretty much the same, right?
Yes, and that is what is going to make it exciting. I think Virat was in his press conference also was very vocal about mentioning that Australia they are respecting. They have lost to Australia previously when they played in India, so that is something which they have on mind, and they are respecting them as an opponent, and they are up for the challenge. So that is what we are looking at. So when two evenly balanced sides play against each other, the competition is always fun to watch. And when the balance of the competition is even, you will never have a dull moment in the.
There won't be a dull moment, and that's what we need in ODIs, man, because the ODIs sometimes tend to get a little dull in the middle phase, but that's not going to happen today. Let's have a look at the India 11. There's one thing that Virat had said, and that has happened. He said that I'll play all three of my openers, and he has Rohit Sharma, Shikhar Dhawan and KL Rahul, which means Virat Kohli, in all probability, will push down to number 4. Remember, India's been averse to playing Kohli at 4, even though that whole middle muddle was happening for, like 18 months. They were not playing Virat at 4. They may just do that. Then there's Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant, of course, behind the wickets. You have the 5 bowling options only. You've got Ravindra Jadeja and Kuldeep giving you the spin in opposite directions, of course, with their left arm. And Shardul Thakur, Mohammad Shami and Jasprit Bumrah doing the fast ball duties. Looks nice and balanced, gentlemen. Comments on the India 11?
Well, five bowling options is something which strikes you immediately.
Ajay does not like that.
Yeah,
he has never liked it.
And in T20s, maybe you can get away with that at times. But I always prefer that having that 6th bowling option. You may use it, may not use it. But I think it's always good to have that option because.
Ask you a quick question.
In white ball cricket, you've seen, as a bowler, at times you can be under pressure and can be having an off day, and sometimes as a captain you get stuck in terms of using your resources.
Does a bowler think about that? Like you've been part of bowling units. You've been part of bowling units where you had a lot of all-round options, right? A lot of batsmen who could roll their arm over Raina, UV. There were guys who could do that. In matches where you guys played only 5, as a bowling unit, did you ever think about that we can't have a bad day today because there's no option?
Not really. I think as a bowler, you are pretty much focused on the job in hand, and you want to do your best no matter what the situation is, and you would want to finish your quota of 10 overs. It's just that as a captain, or maybe in terms of injury concern, you can have a situation where you're stuck. You're looking for then possibly Virat Kohli finishing those overs because I don't see any other bowling options there.
Yeah. So only captains think about it. The bowlers don't really
yeah.
think about it. You would have liked to see a 6th option, right? Something.
Normally, I'm normally with that. I mean, except for Shami coming back and Bumrah's just coming back. But, they are both attacking bowlers.
Yeah.
When do you normally need that 5th or 6th is when you've not picked up wickets at the top. If your bowlers who start your innings are wicket-taking bowlers, and you might have a bad day and not pick a single wicket. But if they've picked up wickets, then rarely do you ever get into this trouble, unless what he mentioned, injury, that you get into trouble and say 6th bowler ko try kare. That 6th bowler try only happens when the opposition, you've not picked up wickets. Run rate is irrelevant actually. We keep talking, in a one-day game and a 2020 game, but it's all about wickets. Yeah. When I look at this bowling attack, the top 4 definitely are out and out wicket taking bowlers. Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami for you. Shardul Thakur's actually bowled well. His ball's really shaping well. So from that point of view, I'm not worried. What I'm worried today is, because you got to find something to worry about our team to get better, is that, we've gone back to that same, I don't know what number Virat Kohli will come to bat. But ask anybody who's played this game or as, coach sitting here, you want your best players to get in as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So, and this is not a series that we're trying, and we luckily haven't heard that bit. So, my worries on this tour is batting. Because don't forget, this is not the West Indian side that you're playing, that you'll have Brathwaite or somebody flighting the ball and nobody's trying to get you out. You're playing against a side that is trying to get you out. So when you walk in with 1 wicket down or no loss, you play in a different way. But 2 down and say one more wicket at the other, 3 down, even the best player in the world will look like, he's trying to, survive there rather than be dominating the game.
Good point.
So I just hope that Virat Kohli doesn't end up, doing the bravado thing and saying, look, for my team, I'll go at 4 and 5. I think for your team, you need to go up at the top. You are the best in the world. The bravado thing sounds good,
Yeah.
in public domain. But you ask anybody in the cricketing circle, the bravado is to be right at the top and then take it from there and finish it off. So I just hope we don't get into that muddle now.
You don't get misled that way. Well, you shouldn't get misled at all when you're picking your My 11 Circle team for today. You, of course, know. You go to my11circle.com, download the app. You've already done that. Of course, the match happening today at the Wankhede Stadium is India v Australia, the first of 3 ODIs. Pick your team, beat Dada, and win 3 times more cash. Beat Dada. It ain't easy, man. It ain't easy. But let's have a look at the 11 that will try to beat India here at Wankhede today. This is the Australian 11. Aaron Finch, of course, the captain. Warner at the top with him. Very interested to see Manas Labuschagne. Many pronunciations for his name, but the fact is, very excited to see him bat after the Test series. Makes his ODI debut today, of course. Steve Smith, Ashton Turner. We remember Mohali from last visit of Australia 10 months ago. Alex Carey, their wicket keeper. Ashton Agar, spin duties along with Adam Zampa. And then, of course, Mitchell Starc, Pat Cummins and Kane Richardson. Kane Richardson taking place instead of Josh Hazlewood. In a Test match, you'd definitely play Hazlewood. In an ODI, you'd play Kane Richardson. Only Zach because he's just so wily, right? He's just so clever.
He falls under that specialist white ball bowler category, and Australia will look to use him in the middle overs. He's been very smart with hitting the deck with his variations. So I think the attacking bowlers up front will be Pat Cummins and Mitchell Starc. Mitchell Starc,
fair to say,
particularly with that express pace and getting the ball back into the right hand also, which has been concern for Rohit Sharma. So I think they'll look to exploit that early on with the new ball. In the middle overs and at the back end of the innings, Kane Richardson adds that value with his variations, has stacked up really good numbers in terms of economy rate and providing those crucial breakthroughs as well. He has found a way of making that impact in that middle phase of the game.
You know how strong this team is. We're looking at players. You're looking at Cummins and Starc. When you add them to players like Warner, Finch and Smith, so the mainstays, your captain, your 2 most experienced batsmen and your 2 quick attacking bowlers, this is only the 25th time that they're playing together. That's not too many, right? 25 ODIs only that these guys who've been playing and been the central part of their team for so long are playing together. That should give you an idea of how seriously they're taking this series.
Yeah, they've tried to, because one, fitness has been a problem, so one of the fast bowlers missing. Then you've had a year of Warner and Smith not being around, so they didn't have the opportunity. But of course, I doubt that there is any team in the world that comes to India and doesn't send their best side, because India is the best side in the world at the moment. So they're trying everything that they can. What surprised me when you look at that side is, 2 spinners that they're playing. One day cricket these days has 2 new balls. So if there is something, on this ground, and Australia are trying to, spin India out, that's a surprising factor. And when you had the option, all fit, why won't you go in with 4 seamers? I mean, history shows on this wicket what seamers have done, what spinners can do. This wicket, can give you a little bit of help with seamers. Because if you pick few wickets at the top 2 spinners, I think India will have a chance to come back into the game.
Zach, as head coach of Wankhede, as cricketing director of MI, what would you have done? Do you agree with that? Would you have played, just let me throw my best guys in, doesn't matter if they're quick?
Yeah, because you look at the strength of Indian batting lineup as well. So Zampa is you can go in with 1 spinner and have that seam up option. Yeah. Because he's right. At Wankhede at times your spinners are ineffective. Yeah. Maybe because it's a 50 over game and they want to have that cushion in the middle overs. But with the new field restriction rule in ODIs. At times in the middle overs, on a really good batting surface, it becomes very difficult for any bowler to contend.
Yeah, but so, anyway got 2 spin options in their top 6, right? Labuschagne bowls, he bowls those leg breaks, right? They do turn. Finch bowls. So it's not like, they could have played their 4th seam up option there in place of Agar and still had a couple of spin options just in case the ball magically happened to turn.
Ashton Agar again, is looking to give that balance to that side.
Yeah.
In terms of batting, and
They're actually
and
pushing him
lot
as
of
an all-rounder.
teams-
Australian
yeah,
cricket has got very bullish on
Yeah.
Ashton Agar. Suddenly, the buzz that you're hearing.
So that is the reason he has got to go ahead.
Yeah.
So as a team management, at times, you give that weightage to the balance of the playing 11.
Yes.
And possibly that's why they've not gone with someone like Josh Hazelwood.
Yeah.
But there's still 2 more games to go in this tournament, and I think you might see that change if today doesn't really go Australia's way as planned in the middle overs. Then you might see that change as well, because Hazelwood is someone who's really good with the new ball.
Yeah.
And when you are playing against the strong batting lineups, it's best to think wickets, because if you are able to do that damage early on, you will have a direct impact on the way batting team is scoring. And you've seen it with this Indian team in the semi-finals of the World Cup, or any time when they've lost 2 or 3 early wickets. It has not been a easy scenario for the inexperienced middle order to come and rescue the team.
There has, of course, there's no Marcus Stoinis, who is a batting all-rounder for Australia, you can say. So Ashton Agar, probably they're pushing him as well. He's a bowling all-rounder, but they need one option somewhere. So that's what they're pushing perhaps. But doesn't matter who Australia's picked. We care about who you've picked. Now, you've made your 11. I'm going to get some My 11 Circle expert advice from Ajay and Zach about who you should pick as your captain. Remember, a captain gets you double points on My 11 Circle. Gents, India batting first, of course. Aaron Finch has won the toss. India batting first. Who should the lovely people out there pick as their captain? Captain, oh my captain.
Indian selectors have picked Kohli as captain. He's your most consistent. He gets you the most
But he
points.
may bat at 4, so which means he...
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You never know what's going to happen. But I would not knowing what point system and all is. But I think Rohit Sharma is the key to this game. So if you're an Indian fan and you want to win as a team as well, then wish Rohit Sharma as your captain. And if he adds maximum points, then you win and India wins.
Okay, Rohit Sharma. See, now you already have Rohit Sharma as your captain.
Yeah.
In reality. So in fantasy, you have to choose somebody else.
I think KL Rahul.
KL Rahul. Okay.
KL Rahul has been in superb form.
Yeah.
And he will enjoy the pace of this Australian bowlers. And that is something which has worked for him in the initial part of his innings. He has really used the pace well. So if he gets in, I think he can really make use of the form he is in, and make that impact in today's match.
Of course, India has had...
India has 60 for 1. Who walks in?
Oh,
Asking a coach.
That's
Oh,
exactly
sorry,
what I was...
sorry,
No, that's great you brought that up. I was going to say exactly that. That for India, the golden trio has been that 1, 2, 3 of Rohit, Shikhar and Virat. Yeah. And today, Virat said that he actually may break up that 1 2 3. So, yes, before you answer that question, we'll give you a minute to think about it, because this is what Virat had to say.
I don't have to think about it.
Oh, you have the answer.
Yeah. I'm saying that, if as a team management, you had to make that call.
Yeah.
So today you've actually gone conservatively. Today you've said that, okay, fine, let the game decide between Shikhar and KL. I think, as a team management, you talk about making that tough call, and today was the opportunity for you to make that tough call.
You're so right, but Vikram Rathore said that. It was really funny because Vikram said that.
I'm telling you, all the players keep the team first, right?
Yeah.
And whether Shikhar Dhawan or KL Rahul, whoever would have played, the other guy wouldn't have been disappointed.
Yeah.
Because Shikhar has done his part, and KL also has played his part.
Yeah.
And these are the specialist spots which we are talking about, right? So why do you have to topple anyone? So whenever that person is getting the opportunity, he should be getting that opportunity in the best possible scenario.
Yeah.
So today, in a way, you are giving both of them a chance, but you're gonna be little unfair to the other guy, saying that, okay, you have to not bat at your number, you have to bat at the other number for the team.
Great.
So I think that call maybe should have taken before the start of play.
But that call that you're talking about is about selection. But when you're looking at rejection, then you put ball in and say, whatever happens, we'll see. So we carry on with our rejection policy.
As the cookie crumbles. I love it. I don't know if, we do this in Hindi and in English, so I don't know which one you follow more. But Ajay has been saying this about selection and rejection for a long time, which is why the chuckle that I had. This is what the captain had to say about this entire 1, 2, 3, 4.
As I said after the last game, I don't at all support people, comparing players within the team. I see so many, and I want to say this publicly because I see so many features and programs being made about this versus this and that versus that. I mean, we're a team, we're playing together. I don't find the sense in, the heat is going up and they're fighting for one spot. I think it doesn't send the right message as far as the team culture is concerned. So people need to stay away from that. And we're just happy all three guys are playing well and we have world class players in the team.
It's very interesting that he says that because ultimately, whether it's one versus one, it's much more because it's 11 people in 1.4 billion. There's obviously going to be comparisons and who's the best person for the job, right? I don't know why he's getting so stressed about it. There's going to be.
And where does he get time to watch all these shows?
That's also true.
Look, he's the man who's been, he's the captain of India. People are looking up to you, what you're doing, and they're just talking about
And he's doing that really well.
Yeah,
In fact, today
doing it very
he's
well.
on the verge of breaking a record.
Yeah.
Ricky Ponting's record as centuries as captain.
Yeah.
I think they're both tied at 41 right now. Centuries as captain. He's 30 years old.
Look, records, he'll break them all for sure.
Yeah.
Batting, there is no doubt that, pace at which he's been going, and when Sachin Tendulkar did say it, it was that evening at, I think, the Reliance House at night when he retired and there was a celebration and people asked him, at that moment he asked, oh, who will break your record? And when he said, there are two boys in this room who could do it, a lot of people were looking and saying, oh, he's just being humble, he's trying to be nice. And, the kids who are playing now, he's trying to say. But he picked Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma at that time.
Yeah.
So, so if he picked him to break his records, then I'm sure, he will break most records.
Yeah.
That's not a problem at all. But I should stop watching television.
We've got India batting first, of course. It is Wankhede. You've got Australia, great batting lineup. What is a safe score, really, Zach? I know that's a really, it's a tough question to answer. But what would you be thinking if you were in the team think tank at this point in time? What would you be telling the batters?
Wankhede has been known for producing high-scoring games, and that's something which the pressure is always felt by the team batting first because you're always thinking of that number and you're not sure what is the ideal number. It's good to start conservatively, which we have seen from the Indian team. They like to take their time because if you are in and two set batters are batting, you can really put any team under pressure after that. Those first 10 overs if you have wickets in hand. And to approach the game, ODIs usually you look at anywhere 300 or 300 plus.
But is this?
But you can't start the innings thinking that number. I think
Yeah, fair
what's
enough. Of course.
important part is to focus and build that platform. And then launch from there to see how much you can impact at that back.
Zach, does this pitch
back
actually
5 overs.
sometimes, is it a, we all think that Wankhede, because we know it from IPL and we know, high scores, that's that time of the year. This is a different time of the year. Tides and weather patterns and, the winter in itself. Does that affect Wankhede? You know that pitch
Look,
very well.
Wankhede has a good bounce,
Yeah.
So as a bowler also you are in the game. It's just that margin of error is little small. So as a bowler also, if you get the ball in the right areas, you can trouble any batsman on the surface.
Yeah.
So that is something which we've seen. So yes, even though it has been high scoring ground or the pitch, but you've seen bowlers also do well, and you got to have that fair bit of idea also in terms of how to approach it. And if you get wickets early on, that really helps. So for either teams, I think it's about setting that platform. Once you see off that new ball, then things will not be that easy for bowling team to control if the partnership is building and two set batters are batting of high quality.
There's one thing that, there's the Wankhede pitch and, sometimes you can't tell how it's going to behave. There's another thing here which is always unpredictable, and that is the joy factor question. Just never know which way it's going to go. Never know if it's going to swing, if it's going to bounce, if it's going to go over your head, if it's going to hit you. Let's see what it's doing today. Professor Bhattacharya, has he been brutal? If the first name on a list is Sid Gregory, the second Colin Cowdrey, the third Alan Border, who is the fourth, and what is this list about? But Jesus, what's he talking about?
Who's Sid Gregory?
Sid Gregory.
Because
Wake up, Sid Gregory.
उठना पड़ेगा.
Wake up.
Wake up, Sid. It comes up.
I don't know. I don't know this
You
list.
just say well left.
Yeah, well left. eh?
Well left.
You know, border.
But today we've got the two best well left champions playing, Manas Labuschagne and Steve Smith. I hope they give us some of those. I love those well lefts that happen over there. No idea. Hashtag CrickBuzz Live on Twitter. Send us your answer. Prove Professor Bhattacharya wrong, because the thing is, he's not here with us, but he's sitting at home, he's looking at this and he's going, prove him wrong. See that you can do it. My 11 Circle expert card prediction, India batting first. How much is India going to get? We're going to give you a 10 plus, chalo 15 plus.
15,
minus.
yeah, it's 50 overs. Don't forget that. 350.
350, 5-0.
1-5.
3-1-5.
15.
Control. No, 10 ka hi actually rakhte hain. Let's keep it 10. Because otherwise, where will we go?
Yeah, you go.
Huh? 290.
To win, you'll need more than him.
So go more than.
Yeah.
So go more than me.
Go for it. प्यार किया तो डरना क्या?
Well, sir, 327.
327.
327, yeah.
Small margins.
Yeah, but small margin.
No. There's enough. You said 315.
He said 315 is not enough to win.
Okay,
And then he's gone. and
sorry,
said
337.
337. Done, done.
A small margin between.
Either you won't get to 280 or you'll get past 37. Not in the middle for
So
sure.
you're saying 315, it will either be short or you'll go over his head.
Yeah.
So Zach is not winning. Between us, we figured.
Yeah, we're trying to squeeze.
Squeeze Zach. All right, that's all we could squeeze into this show. It's time for us to go on. My 11 Circle presents Crick Buzz Live. A big thank you to all of you for watching. Remember, we will be back in the 15th over with Sri Lanka Airlines and Visit Melbourne presents Crick Buzz Combox. Took me 5 days to learn that, but I got it right. I'm Gaurav Kapoor with a big thank you to Zahir Khan and Ajay Jadeja. Of course, we'll see you the middle of the innings with My 11th Circle presents Crick Buzz Live. Of course, keep tuning in for lots of updates and lots of fun and excitement. It is now time for our lunch, so we will go. Au revoir.